Hi, Kim.
Hi, Connie. How's it going?
Fair. How about you?
Awesome. I'm doing well. It's a great day.
Good. Do you still do answer questions before you get into your project of the day?
Oh, yeah, certainly. If it's related to AskSpot, we can go through
Yeah.
it first before we build the tool.
When you're ready, I have a couple of questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay. You know the bot you were helping me with? Um,
Which one?
uh, the major chatbot, really only one you've been helping with me with recently, but I know you help a lot of people. A
Let
couple,
me
one of the
look.
pro- You sent me a link after you had made changes on it,
Uh-huh.
and the link works good. But before I let the customer play with it, before we put it into official use, I wanted to change the like at the bottom. It's the one you gave me has powered by AskSpot and so
Yep.
forth. So I don't want that. So I made changes, but yet they don't show up when I refresh, save, and then refresh.
Oh, okay, gotcha. What can you send me the name of the branding text and then the branding link that you want? I'll try it on my end. And if I encounter any issues, that means we need to get the devs on it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
my question was I supposed to take that link and then put it in like, oh, I can't think of nothing today. You know how, like, when you do a training like today, you're going to give people a link that if they want to use that, they can import it into their own account.
Yep.
Is that what I was supposed to do with the link you gave me or no?
If you're going to start sharing it with the people who are actually going to be using the chatbot,
Uh huh.
you would not go the way that I do it because that's for AskBot users only. You'll go to share and then you have the code tab in it. And you'll see the chatbot page link itself. So that's what I would use.
Okay. So basically, the link you gave me, can I use that to import?
That you will be using that to import it to your AskBot account, yes, but not for sharing with others.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I was. So I just need to take the link you gave me and
Uh-huh.
import it basically into my ass spot. Then
Correct.
I should be able to make those changes.
That's right. Yep, exactly. Mhm.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thank you so much. I've got another call I need to get on, so I'm going to
Awesome.
leave, but I'll let you know if I have any problem after that. And thanks again for all your help. Have a great
Yes.
day.
Thank you, Connie. Have a great day. All
Uh-huh,
right.
bye.
All right. So, welcome to our Spot Office Hours, you guys. You know where what this is. This is where you can ask your quick questions, just like Connie did. You can drop it in the chat, or you can also get live help. And on these builds, we also, we also tend to work on different ASPOT tools to build them for you, so you can see how it works in real time. And we do this every Tuesday now. So let's make sure to leverage this every Tuesdays. So for today's build, this one is going to be a simple chatbot, but we will build it for a really common use case, which where it will act as a troubleshooting and guidance assistant for Shopify owners. So the problem that it's trying to solve is super straightforward. It's regarding store owners getting stuck on setup, apps, or configurations, like shipping or abandoned carts, and then end up wasting time searching forums or contacting support. So instead of doing that, they just ask this chatbot, which is trained on Shopify docs and tutorials. It walks them through the things step by step, or it can even suggest tools for them when needed. So if you're working with a Shopify store owner, this can become a support layer that you can include, or you can even package it. Or if you're working with a Shopify service agency, it's something that they can definitely give to clients, or they can use internally to handle repetitive questions. So I'll show you guys how to set this up. This will be very, very quick. It's pretty simple, but super helpful. So let's go ahead and go into it. Let me just exit out of this screen and go to my AskSpot account. So let me just go back. There we go. And go to my business where we can actually create the chatbot. Okay. Just give me 1 second. There we go. And click on chatbot. Okay. So we will name this the Shopify Store Helper. There we go. And let's click on create. Let's click inside that. And first thing that we will see is this. We will be redirected to adding at least one source before we can see the chatbot. So we'll do that right now. And this is the knowledge that we will load into the chatbot. So basically we just, sorry, let me just put the outline. Okay, there's no outline here, but let me show you guys the exact knowledge base that we will be adding to this chatbot. Basically, we just explained what the purpose is, the core areas that the chatbot must understand. And as you can see, that's very comprehensive. It's built around Shopify policies, Shopify settings, and the exact tools processes itself. So I think this is the 19th page explaining all of the different things that a store owner might encounter when having a Shopify account. And it will also know when to redirect the store user, or sorry, the store owner to contact Shopify support, or maybe an app developer, or maybe a Shopify partner. So we will load this document into our AI tool by clicking on share. Make sure that we have like the viewer access, and the one with the link, click done. And let's add it here as a Google Doc integration. Click save. All right. And that's been added. So you can even do like a preview in here. So it's not formatted, but it would be the knowledge that you have right here. So let me go ahead and go to settings and just set up a few things in here, like the general settings. Let's change the chatbot image to one that's relevant to this. There we go. This one was created using ChatGPT. It's getting pretty good at creating logos, creating images. So I would leverage that to create it quickly. Let's put that right there. Okay. Let me just crop this out. Okay. There we go. Click upload. And chatbot name. So for the chatbot name, let's just name this the Shopify Store Owner Assistant. And then our call to action will be this. And let's also change our initial message. And once I save this, you'll see it reflect on the right-hand lower side of the screen. So if as you can see, you're stuck on your Shopify store, ask me anything, and I'll guide you step by step. Let's shorten that a little bit since it doesn't look good. Save changes. And there we go. Okay. So next thing is we'll go to customization and just edit a few things in here. One of the things that I like to update on the widget settings is the pop-up appearance. I like to use the modern one. It looks much, much cleaner and much better, especially when it's integrated on a website. So next, let's change the chatbot size to XL, or I like to use large or XL. It looks much better when embedded on a website. So let's make sure to use that. Over here is or where you can change the branding text and the branding link, like what Connie asked earlier. This is where you can definitely change that, and you just need to add your own branding link in here, and it will update on this section. Or if you want, you can just toggle that off. And then let's just change this. There we go. Save changes. Awesome. Now, if we open this up, there we go. So here's our initial message. Tell me what you're trying to do or what's not working. I'll guide you step by step. What do you need help with today? I think I would go over here and also turn on enable AI to suggest questions based on its knowledge and user conversation. I would toggle that on also. There we go. And it should pull up in here. This will allow AI to suggest questions to the user. So if you're a user, you can just quickly click on them to ask the AI. So as you can see, how can I optimize my Shopify store? Can you guide me on how to handle tax settings? There you go. So now that's been added, let me just show you guys the exact prompt that we will be using for this. Okay, let me just enlarge. Okay, there we go. So as you can see here, first on the line is it is describing what its job is. So basically, it's a Shopify Store Owner Assistant. It is an expert in troubleshooting and guiding the chatbot designed specifically for Shopify merchants. So we also provided it like a little bit of knowledge regarding the I mean, we provided it with a context on the knowledge base that we added. Um, we also provided it how it showed ag and also a few primary objectives. So its goal is to help Shopify store owners to fix issues, set up their store correctly, choose the right tools, understand how Shopify works, and also improve store performance and conversations. And then a few core rules in here. We want to make sure that we also add core rules for chatbots, especially a chatbot built around a platform. So as you can see, it says here, only ask one question at a time. Never claim that you can access the user's Shopify admin or private data because it might confuse the user. They might think that there's an AI tool for, that can access their information. So the user needs to be able to provide the information to the AI because it doesn't have access to their admin or their private data. And then we also added a few things like do not give legal, tax, or accounting advice. And then also do not claim any app is the best, just recommend based on the user's needs. And as you can see here, be honest when something requires Shopify support, a developer, or an in-app developer. This is very important, especially since Shopify is a platform, and sometimes the user might need to reach out to their support directly or the developer. And this chatbot is just like the first point of contact. Next is, let's just check here. Okay, so we have the response structure itself. We have the diagnostic process for the AI. We have a certain Shopify specific guidelines, like, regarding shipping issues, regarding abandoned checkouts. And then it also provided with when it comes to recommending apps, teams for payments and checkouts, for taxes and legal. And then it also recommends the tone and style for this AI and a few things. So we just added additional rules in here. Which is what are the things that it must avoid, and also a few escalation rules in here so that the AI knows when to recommend the user to reach out to a Shopify support, when to recommend, to reach out to a developer. And then over here is the final reminder itself. So your job is to guide Shopify store owners quickly, clearly, and confidently. And then we also always want to leave the user with a clear next step. We want to always reduce confusion. The AI is here to help, not to confuse them more. And we also want them to move towards solving the problem. So let's make sure this is saved. And let's also change the AI model right here. And then let's also enable voice chat. I think this is a nice feature to have. Okay, let's just check here. Okay, that looks good. Now, next, the thing that we will do is start testing. Okay. Let me just copy the chatbot link. So by the way, you can easily access the share link, or sorry, the chatbot link, and also the embed code right here on that section. Or if you want, you can also go to share, and then under code, you can copy the chatbot page link right here. You have a full screen mode also if you want to showcase a chatbot in a full screen mode, but I do like this one a lot better than the full screen. So let's try that right now. Okay. All right. So now let's start asking it a few questions that is like, that can help us regarding Shopify. So I guess let's ask it first for its like suggestion or recommendation on what to use for Shopify email or Klaviyo. You, by the way, guys, you can actually like slower or what they call this, change the setting for it to respond a bit slower, so that doesn't, feel like AI too much. As you can see here, it was able to provide us with information regarding the question that we had on deciding between Shopify email and Klaviyo. And as you can see, there are pros and there are cons. And then its recommendation is to consider using Shopify email if you just need a simple, cost-effective solution, or if you Klaviyo if you want advanced features. So that's a good advice. I would say that it was able to reference our context document correctly. So let's ask like a simple question: how do I add products to my store? Okay, let's take a look at its response. To add products to your Shopify store, please follow these steps. Log in, navigate your products, add a new product, and then enter product details. Okay, that's good. It was able to kind of like pull all of the information when it comes to adding a product. And then search engine listing preview, and then save the product. And then it also recommended it to test it first, and if that doesn't work, just ensure that your product is not set to draft. Verify that all required fields are filled out correctly. And as you can see, it was able to provide like what do you call this? A continuation. If you have any questions, if you have any issues encounter, you can just simply ask me. So basically, that's the whole idea. That's pretty much the whole idea. As you can see, it was a very simple build, but it can end up being useful in a lot of ways. It can be a support layer. It can be something that you give to clients or something you to package into services. And one thing that I would also like mention is you can also take it a step further and ask something like a simple their name, their email. So basically you can add a simple lead form in here, so that if a Shopify store owner is asking questions, you can also capture their details. And then from there, if you get the details of the Shopify store owner, you generated a massive leads list. You can use it for your own outreach, or if you want, you can pass those leads to a Shopify service agencies if that's your model. So it's super flexible. It can save time, it can support clients, or you can even turn it into a lead source depending on how you use it. So that's our build for today. Let me know if you have any questions at all in the chat regarding this build or any other things that you are using AskSpot for. And let me just get the link, duplicate link here and the share. Save that, copy link, go, duplicate the link, Shopify Store Helper. Shopify Store Helper. Okay, awesome. I just put the duplicate link in the chat. Any questions about this at all? Okay, I think so far everyone's good for today's live help session. If you need any help at all, feel free to. Oh, there's one from Dan Johnson. Let's check. Will the resource doc be shared as well? Oh, yes. Let's put that in the chat too. And there we go. So I just put that in the chat, Dan. Make sure to duplicate the document so that it will be, added into your own Google account, and you can just edit and access it. Okay, okay. I think we have everything that we need so far. If you guys need any help at all, feel free to reach out to support@askspot.ai. And see you on the next Tuesday live help session. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.